Hey guys, today we're going to be going over questions from ChatGPT, some couple questions, and then just telling you some more about our story and how we met and our relationship.
So let's first start with giving some background information.
Sure.
I think after about 2 years creating this channel, we never really introduced ourselves and talk how we met each other and all that stuff. So I think it's a good chance. So we've been married for how long?
Since 2002.
2002.
To 2002. Oh man.
2020. It's been 4 years.
That's right.
Yes.
4/3/2020.
Fail.
Yeah, I failed. So we've been married since 4/3/2020. We've only known each other since about November of 2020.
2019.
2019.
So
Yeah, so right before COVID hit. It was actually through a family introduction. And funny enough, this was sort of my first family introduction. Just being open-minded to it because being born in the US, and also pride-wise, it doesn't feel right going the route of a family introduction. But already being in my late 30s, I was like, or just mid 30s, I was up to give it a try. Do you want to tell your side?
And then my side was the opposite because growing up in Cambodia, you are always almost forced to go see different guys. It's just like your family always try to force you to get married quick because like when you get older, if you reach the age of 30 and you're still single, it seems like you will be single forever. So before I met him, I had gone to see many different guys, just introduction. But it was just like frustrating for me because every time I went see them, it's like I have to do like a self-presentation, I have to restart everything, I have to just like do a study presentation, and it's annoying because every time I came back and I can't relate or we don't really get along. So that time when I decided to go see him, I told myself that it would be the last time because I'm not gonna do that again. But it worked out and here we are.
And I think a lot, maybe the misconception is that most people try to move fast when you get into relationships, but I think we really took our time. We got to know each other. We tried to spend time on the weekend. She was still going to school, I was working, and she was also working too. So we tried to have study time together, just get to know each other slowly, go to events. And it wasn't actually until the new year that I asked her to be my girlfriend formally. So I remember that was at Winterfest at the
OC Fair.
At the OC Fair, and they had a Taylor Swift impersonator that night, and so I learned to become I learned that she's a big Taylor Swift fan.
But the highlight of that night was not the Taylor Swift thing. It was right before the ball drop, before they do the countdown thing. He actually asked me to be his girlfriend, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is pretty romantic. And yeah, I went ahead and said yes. So then I became his girlfriend, and then after 3 months or so, because of the pandemic, COVID started, I lost my job, and it's hard for me to like support myself in the US because I also had to go to school to get my master's degree, and I was on student status. And so if I don't go to school, I have to go back to Cambodia, and I was pretty stressed out during the pandemic because I felt alone because all my family's in Cambodia. I have my aunt here and my cousin, but I just feel like in that moment I feel like I need someone more, maybe who are closer to me, like my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law. I wish they were here with me. So I was frustrated and at the point that I wanted to go back, but then we talked through it, and we agreed to move in together. But for my culture, if I wanted to move in with someone, I have to make sure that I don't do anything wrong with tradition and stuff. So
Cambodian tradition is very conservative.
yeah.
So even the way like women dress and speak, it's very male dominant, or
It's
patriarch. It's patriarch. It's a patriarchy. So when it comes to women and moving in and living together with another man, our culture wants them to be married.
Yeah.
And I understood.
So then maybe you can say, we got married because we wanted to get the paperwork done. But then another side is also we really understand each other, and I felt like we were really getting along so well.
We were getting close.
Yes,
And yeah.
It's just moving in with him too. Initially, we didn't start the paperwork until a few months in together, but I felt like I could already tell from the first time I met him. I know that he was a gentleman. He's a nice guy, and it didn't. I thought I would feel more awkward, but it felt pretty natural. So that's why I'm like, okay, this is the right decision, and yeah, we got married. Yeah.
Here we are 4 years.
Here we are 4 years after doing this video and trying to answer some questions randomly from ChatGPT. So now let's start with the question. What's the first question?
All right. First question, how do you handle disagreements and conflicts?
Disagreements and conflicts. I really think that we don't have that many disagreements or conflicts. After these 4 years, I feel like we barely have any argument.
So I think when we first started, I think communication was key. I think we did have some arguments as far as understanding like what each other wanted or was trying to do, like communicating as far as time, what we were planning to do. And so I think we've gotten better where we don't run into those conflicts because we've been open to working with each other. And also at the end of the day, like we understand that we're supporting each other, and that's the main thing. You might have hiccups, but you always have to remember the good stuff and go back to that. I've learned to give her space if she has hard times, and then also to like just come and give her a hug and be there. It's important to give space, but it's also important to let the other person know that you are there and ready for them when they're ready. So
I think one of the similar trait that we have is we are really considerate. Like I think I always think of what he thinks, and he does the same. We are very similar in that regard,
and it helps.
Not that many conflicts, but if we do have conflicts, I think communication, like you said, is the key, and just trying to be there for each other, support each other. Compromise, yes, and yeah.
Our next question is, how do you support each other's personal goals? So I think part of supporting each other is to know each other's goals to start with. And so I when I first met her, I know she wanted to be like an administrative assistant. She wanted to work in that field, and it's just a matter of telling the other person, you know, go for it, like repeatedly, just go for it, do it, like you can do it, and allowing them to take the risk, and also helping them maybe research or just being supportive in general, verbally and in your actions.
I think you have been doing good with supporting, because he's also like a mentor to me. You always give me like advice, try to show me I should take training and all that. So, but for me, how I support each other, like, should I answer too?
Yeah.
How do you support each other's okay. So,
how do you support me?
How do I support you?
She does a lot of things that keeps me organized, clean. She feeds me, she cooks. She corrects my bad habits.
I think the way I support him is more aggressive than the way he supports me. I nag at him a lot, and I try to, like, I don't know. I'm just.
It comes from a good place, and I think that's the key, and just show that intention.
Overall, it's just all good intention, but the way you show it is different.
Speaking of which, when it comes to supporting each other, I think we were both at moments in our lives where we were more mature as far as the relationships and as far as working on ourselves. So I think that's really important. When it comes to relationships, always try to work and grow. That's how you just get better as a person, and just dealing with people. People are so different and at different levels in their lives. Yeah. So just being able to recognize that and to try to just help each other grow in all aspects. What
Question-
role does communication play in your relationship?
I feel like this question is just a repeat.
Yeah.
Communication is always something we do.
We'll message
So-
each other at work,
Yeah.
just check on
Check
each
on
other.
each other. We all like if it's been quiet for today, I would check on him and he would do the same. I kind of could tell if he's like a little stressed out or a little frustrated, and he does the same. So we have been with each other for 4 years, and
Your turn to
and
mess
I
up.
and I think we already know that sign language that we share with each other. So the key is to keep checking on each other. How are you feeling? You feeling okay? Is there anything that we can help each other?
And it doesn't have to be verbal, just
Yeah.
looking and seeing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we're not hardcore like, are you okay? Where are you?
Yeah,
Or
not
anything like
to that extent.
Not to that extent, but
Yeah.
just maybe calling each other if we're home late to see if everything is okay. And then just recognizing that you have a partner. So-
But we give each other space. He let me do my things and he does his thing. And we do things together, video games, watching show and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Question number 4. How do you keep your relationship fun and exciting?
I would say we like to travel. We like to do new things. Thankfully, I'm pretty adventurous. I like to do things. She is too, actually. I think part of what makes a relationship fun is you meeting someone that likes different things. And so if you're open-minded, you might find that you like that stuff too. For myself, I've gotten into shows, and I was never a fan of going to events. I was very tight when it came to money. Now it's more about really enjoying and having experiences of like that we can remember and say that we did and we've been there.
Are you trying to say you used to be tight on money and I'm like the expensive one and make you spend more? You're getting into a show after you met me, right? But I'm not even the type to go to the different show a lot. But
So I would always want to take her out
Yes.
to go to events and things like that. Things that she hasn't experienced, right?
yeah,
Being the gentleman I am.
yes, thank you for that. I think part of it is in Cambodia, when I lived there, I never got to really do anything, and especially like going to see concert or show. It's really not common in Cambodia. Like there's not much to do, and coming here, he took me to the first concert. I think it's the
We Can Survive, at
and
the Hollywood Bowl.
yeah, I found out myself too that man, I really like going to the concerts and stuff. So then we start doing more. We started going to like Broadway show, and he started getting into it.
We sort of gotten into everything together.
Yeah.
And we find
Oh.
that we have very similar tastes
Yes,
too.
and then like I never imagined myself watching a basketball and go crazy with the basketball. But
Oh,
now
yeah,
he
she's
got
a
me
fan
into
this year.
it. Like I'm like a hardcore. I watch basketball. I follow. I look at the score. And what I got him into is to watch K-drama.
Yep. She has me watching Crash Landing, I don't know, The Counter, Demon. I forgot. There's so many.
I think he watches a lot, but Crash Landing on You was like his highlight. So
Yeah, that was sort of the
his
first
favorite.
first and favorite, I guess.
So that's the thing that we do to keep our relationship fun and anything
Yeah.
else?
We're planning a trip to San Fran and then also Chicago next.
Yeah, I think right now we're starting to really getting into that travel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went to DC. Check out our videos if you haven't done it.
And like and subscribe.
Yes. And then we'll probably we're planning to go to San Francisco and Chicago. So we might make videos, so stay tuned. Question number 5.
What are some of your favorite date night ideas? So we're sort of on a schedule right now where we work out about twice a week, and then maybe for a date night on the weekend, what we'll do is anything from hanging out with friends, going bowling, we used to catch movies, or just staying in watching Netflix. As far as going out, we always try to plan things, and then we'll have concerts.
Yeah.
But it's almost not like it's an intentional date night. It's like, let's just do stuff.
Yeah.
And we just do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not that romantic now, but we have so many experiences together.
Well, you're not romantic, but you're such a good planner. So he always plans something. Like, okay, let's go do this today. Let's go do that. And it almost feels like when it says date night, it's like something that you do once in a long time or something. It feels like, but
when we have kids, we might change
maybe, yeah,
like, the
when we have
story.
kids. But right now-
I think we'll have to come back to this
Yeah.
question in the future.
because right now I feel like we're almost doing it every day, because date night can be going to the gym together, and we always go to the gym together, and then after the gym we go eat sometimes, and then during the weekend we also do different things together.
So I have a question not from ChatGPT, but when it comes to relationships, what do you think is important to find in a partner?
I would say someone who's really considerate. For me, I think I always think of people, and if people who are very selfish, I would not want to be with someone like that. Someone who's open-minded. If someone who comes into a relationship with close-minded, it's hard to deal with. You want to grow, care for each other. Someone who a little not too ambitious, but also have that goals that want to succeed in life, and someone like you.
So I was thinking in my head, and it sort of encompasses all the characteristics you just said, but mature. Not mature in the sense of age, but mature as far as their outlook. And what really attracted me to her is I feel she was very mature when it came to aspects that I lacked, and that was, I feel, family, emotion. And so I think we were a great complement in that aspect, because we helped each other grow in different ways.
I want to end the video with like any advice you want to share to like either a new couple or the couple who is struggling based on the topic that we discussed today.
Yeah, so I think love is a practice. You have to continually commit to working and loving each other and doing things not for yourself, because we need to be vulnerable to be able to just get to that next level. And your partner should be the person that you can be vulnerable with. To say it in that regards, it should be two-way. So you need to find someone that will match you, that you can tell things to, that you can be honest and communicate who you are and accept it. And it's not necessarily right or wrong, it's just where you are at the moment, and that's beautiful. That's you, that's life. And accept that, yeah, we can all just be very different, but we can agree on things and make magical things happen.
Okay, my turn. My advice. I mentioned a lot about being open-minded. I think just be open-minded. Sometimes you would see each other as someone who's different, but try to be considerate. I think the key for us too is we are very considerate. We think of each other a lot, and so don't only focus on the negative, focus on the positive. Cherish the moment. Don't overthink. I used to be an overthinker, but what he taught me is just be more in the present, be real. He allows me to be myself, and I think it's important if you are with your partner and you can be yourself fully. I think you have to be yourself in order to be yourself. I don't know what I'm saying, but
No, I completely understand, because I think for our tradition we think a lot, at
Yeah.
least of like what other people think.
yes.
And if you've been to Cambodia, I hate to say it, but there is sort of a superficial look when it comes to people. Like if you're not dressed nice, wearing nice clothes, driving a nice car, people will look down on you. It's sort of a sad way to grow up in, because you have so much pressure on yourself to meet those standards. But I think once you can become happy with yourself and not give basically the book you read too.
I have to silence this.
yeah that's gonna help you become who you should be.
yeah, something I learned coming here and being with him. Just be myself. Don't really care about what other people think, because
Yeah,
end of
find
the
a
day,
partner that appreciates you for that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have yourself, you have each other. Only those who matter, like who cares about you, that matter.
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
The more you, I think the more you live, the more you value that.
Alright, so our little sharing relationship, whatever advice session, part 1 has come to the end.
Part 1?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
We will probably do this again if
Give us questions.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want to
if you
know.
have more questions, like comment, ask us, maybe give us the 5 next questions so then we can make this video again and
Yeah.
we'll see from there. Hopefully the advice or our story helps you a little if you're watching this video because you're struggling with your relationship.
We're trying to find a relationship.
Yeah. So
Or just grow yourself.
yeah. So I hope this video helps, and if it does, give us a like.
And subscribe.